Greetings, everybody. This is Dark Womb Goddess. Sorry. I'm so used to upload on the other channel. This is Kylie, the Master Headhunter. Hope everybody's well with yourself. Don't pay me no attention. Anyway, my energy's kind of high today. It's been a while since I really made a video, talking about in depth. I've been going through quite a bit of changes in my life, too. I've grown and elevated so much. I have become so much more comfortable with myself than I was when I first started this channel, or started uploading videos. And I will say that for the past 4 years, I've been like a seeker of knowledge, you know what I mean? So I just been going deep, I be on YouTube, I be reading books, buying books, I've purchased so many books and stuff like tarot cards, and I've done so much, you know what I mean? I've been through so many different things, and like I said in the beginning, I feel like I'm going through rituals, going through elevation periods in my life where I'm graduating from one level going up to another one, you know what I mean? And I feel like I'm being initiated into something greater than myself. I don't understand that, but I've always felt like that. And I just got caught up in so much, I was so captivated by what I was learning, I was like a child. And I was just learning so much, that it was just so hard for me, to figure myself out because it was just so much. I had taken in other people's philosophies and points of view and other people's school of thought. And it was just too, it was too much because it was constantly, going on in my head. You know what I mean? And I'm very sensitive. I'm an empath. I can pick up on energy no matter how it's formed or how it's coming. And things can attach itself to me, and I didn't really realize that, until I really was thinking about what is going on with me, when I knew I wasn't happy and I couldn't figure my own self out. I was like, something's not right. I don't know what it is, but I got to figure this thing out. You know what I mean? And I did. I figured it out, and I got it together. Well, I'm getting it together. I'll say that. I ain't going to sit here and brag like, I really got it all together. Because then I'd be lying, you know what I mean? But I'm still working on it, I'm still making progress. Excuse me, y'all. Trying to keep my lips moisturized. But, I've made a lot of progress, and I'm not editing this video, so, excuse me. Alright, anyway. I had just taken in so many different people's points of view, and I went and researched them, and, I was picking up too much. And what I did not realize, you guys, okay, what I did not realize is that, why did my train of thought just leave me? Somebody must don't want me to talk about it. Must don't want me to talk about it, okay. But I was picking up too many people's points of view, and, I was being religious. I was being religious and didn't even realize I was being religious. You know what I mean? And I was like, wow, how in the world could I have been doing stuff like that? You know what I mean? How in the world? And I thought I was over that whole phase of my life. But going through the religion for 5 years, it was rough on me. You know what I mean? It did a number on me. Where my spiritual self was more elevated, you know what I mean? But I'm not mad at it, because it was something I went through. It was designed for me to go through religion, and learn about it. And I'm going to tell you something I've learned since I've been putting myself out here and meeting people on YouTube and reaching out to others. I didn't realize that was me going outside of myself. And I was wondering, why my spirit just kept telling me just to let some relationships go. You know what I mean? Let some things go. Don't do this anymore. Don't do that. And I didn't understand it, until I really took time and was shutting things off and shutting everybody out, including the people I live with. And I just had to really focus on me, you know what I mean? But a lot of people on YouTube are really pushy. And I'm speaking about YouTube because, you know, this is where a lot of this stuff I picked up, you know, all this extra energy. People are pushy. Like with veganism, some people are so religious and pushy with it. You know what I mean? And I started learning about, you know, health and nutrition and, you know, being a raw vegan and the benefits of it, you know, in the beginning of this 4-year journey that I've been on. And, you know, this is goofy, but I kind of feel like, you know, this is Captain Log, blah, 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 blah. I kind of feel like I'm doing something like that, you know what I mean? Because it's just, I mean, people are so religious with their beliefs, you know, and I was still fresh out of religion, even though I was only in it 5 years, but it has a huge impact, you know, because, like, I'm an extreme person, and I take spirituality very serious, so I can be too serious at times, you know what I mean? That's just part of my nature, but I also I had to learn how to balance that out, you know what I mean? But anyway, you know, and some people are so pushy about their beliefs, and which they are beliefs, you know, it's what you believe. It's not just, you know, when it comes to food, it's when it comes to all sorts of things, you know, people's points of view that this is the truth and this is the only truth and nothing but the truth, and that's not necessarily true. And another thing I'm learning, everybody's reality is totally different. Everybody's reality is different. I mean, seriously, like, nobody has the same, when two people have the same reality, I don't know if there would be like a doppelganger type thing or not. I don't know. But when two people have the same reality, that shows you, it's like a window. You know, it's a window of opportunity for you to either change or, you know, elevate yourself or, you know, see who you really are, since you can't see you because you live in there. So it's like, I'm going to put a mirror up in front of you. You know what I mean? And it's like, whoa, you know, wow, really? Okay, I really need to get that together in me, you know, but I'm not mad at none of the experiences. I'm not mad at none of the people who offended me along the way, people I've met. You know, I'm not mad at being treated a certain way or being talked about or anything. I'm not mad at none of that stuff. You know, I'm not mad at rubbing somebody the wrong way. I'm not mad at any of that because these are the experiences that I was supposed to have while I was here. We don't go through nothing that we're not supposed to go through. You know what I mean? So, you know, but I have learned a lot. I have learned a lot. I've learned a lot in these last 4 years about myself. And like I said, it started with the natural hair. I was already, you know, fine-tuned, but I was, okay, let's put it like this. I was already tuned, but it was just time for me to be fine-tuned. You know what I mean? So I feel like when I went natural with my hair, that took like a total, it was a total turnaround. It went on from there. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to tell y'all what happened. I never thought about this. I was watching, on my other channel, I watch a lot of hair videos and makeup videos, you know, stuff like that. And I was watching one of the sisters that I'm subscribed to. And she's a Taurus, just like me. You know what I mean? She kind of reminds me of me. No, we don't look alike, you know what I mean? But her, you know, persona about herself, you know what I mean? The way she carries herself kind of reminds me of myself to a certain degree. Not all the way, but just I see a little bit of me there, you know. But anyway, and she was talking about her natural hair. And I was like, wow, you know, I was like, I remember when that happened to me, you know what I mean? But mine went like deeper than I ever imagined, you know what I mean? It was like, as soon as I went natural, y'all, I'm going to tell you, I was a hustler. I've always been a hustler. You know, whether I was working or not, I got to have that extra money to spend. I'm a shopper. I love to spend. I've really become disciplined since I'm not making my own money, you know, right now. And I've really become more disciplined, even though I do have shopping habits. And what I'll tend to try to hide them, like I'll buy small stuff, you know, like that will add up. And my husband will be like, you think you slick, don't you? But anyway, when I went natural, let me tell y'all what happened to me. All my money connections stopped. Everybody stopped helping me. Until I'm telling you the truth. Everybody stopped helping me. It was like my magic touch was gone. I was no longer Midas. Everything I touched wasn't turning to gold, even though I've had rough things in my life. But when it comes to making money, I've always been able to maneuver and get that done. I couldn't find a job. It was like, I don't know, it was like I was changing. It was like I was working a job. I was a bartender. I was making a lot of money, okay? And it was like, I just didn't want to work anymore. I was just like, man, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired. I feel like I'm losing my mind. I'm going crazy. I quit. I mean, I got good money flowing in. You know what I mean? I'm not making the best money, but I'm blessed. Does that make any sense? You know what I mean? So money was stretching, you know, but it was like all that stopped. And I'm like, are you serious? What is going on? I went through a chain of events where I was buying a house. I had to move out my house. I kind of was losing it. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I was like losing it. And I feel like what I've just got finished going through is similar to that, but on a grander scale because I'm elevating even higher. You know what I mean? I've graduated to something even greater. And I just remember I was going through something, and then I was arguing with somebody who had my child, and I was like, oh my goodness. You know what I mean? I was like, just let my child come home. If you let my child come home, I go to church. That's what I said. 5 minutes, my child was there. You know what I mean? I'm not about to go into details. It was somebody I knew. Yes, my son wasn't just with no stranger. But anyway, it was family. But anyway, so I was like, wow, okay, I'm going to church. I keep my word because I am a woman of my word. So I goes and I got hooked, you know. I was enjoying the spiritual, you know, the feeling that I got. You know, I'm not going to lie. I got a feeling, you know, when all the singing was going on. And the first church I actually started going to at that time when that happened, I've been to church before, but I never was a die-hard Christian. And actually this was a biracial, I ain't going to say biracial. Yeah, I guess you could say that. It was white people, it was black people, you know, it was all types of people there. You know what I mean? You had Mexicans, you know, so it wasn't just like, let's see my little hole, and this is such a comfortable sweater, I love the sweater. But anyway, it was different types of people in there, you know, so, but my connection that I was feeling, I'm sure it was different than everybody else's. But I never could. I used to fake it. You know, like fake it till you make it. I've never been good at that, but I tried it anyway. And I used to hoop. Now, sometimes I could really feel the spirit. I'm not going to lie. And there was some times where it was like, you forcing it. I remember, this is embarrassing. I hate to say this, but it is what it is. I remember I have urinated on myself. And then I remember it wasn't urine, it was water I lost. And I was like, what is going on? Why is this happening to me? Trying to jump and shout Jesus and was didn't want nobody else to know. I was feeling the same thing. Don't be shit, okay? This is the shit I be doing to try to fit in, which I'm going somewhere with all this. So, you know, I went through all that stuff, you know, but like I said, when I was being home, what would genuinely happen with me spiritually was genuine. It wasn't no forced shit. All that jumping up and down, none of that. You know what I mean? So I pretty much, you know, it was like when I would go around other people, it would affect me so bad, period. You know, so this leads up to today, you know, and mind you, I was already an insecure person. And then I'm coming on YouTube now, so now I'm putting myself out here on social media, and I'm interacting with people. Woo! Took a lot out of me. It took a lot out of me, but it introduced a lot of me to me. You know what I mean? So that's why I say I'm not mad at none of the experiences. I'm a very sincere person, and I'm the type of individual where if I feel like you mean me no good, or if I have this iffy feeling about you, but I can't quite place my fingers on it, you know what I mean, type of deal yet, I will tend to hold you at bay to a certain degree. I'm known to be vulnerable, allow myself to be vulnerable and open with people that I feel really comfortable with, and if I feel a quick connection with you. But I've noticed in doing that with people, it's not very good for me, you know what I mean, because my feelings was getting hurt easy. or, you know, people just, I mean, I finally started running into individuals like me, you know, and I'm like, damn, that's how I be over talking people like that, you know what I mean? Like, damn, that's how I don't let nobody get a word in, or like, oh man, you know, I didn't realize I was like that to that degree. So with meeting the people that I'm meeting, it's like it's a mirror for me, you know, to show the part where I be sadness, or that part of me that wanted attention so bad, you know what I mean? And it was like a mirror to me. You know, and at first I was like, wow, you know, like, man, I don't understand why this is, you know, what am I supposed to be seeing here? You know, why, you know, and I felt vulnerable like a child. I really did. And I was like, wow, you know, this is like learning all over again to a certain degree. Of course, every level you get on, you have to start from that level and move up. You can't just, I mean, you may be able to elevate, I mean, past some levels, but some things you really have to go through. You know, I mean, we'll go through them real fast, let's say that. But some things you have to go through slowly in order to get a grasp and a feeling. And throughout all this, you know, like I said, I allowed myself to be influenced by a lot of you. No offense, I'm not mad. You know what I mean? I had to learn about me. You know, I remember hurting so bad. You know what I mean? Like, wow, you know, it's like no matter what I do, it's not fulfilling, you know? And I just had to really think about, why is that? You know, what's going on with me? Why am I feeling this way? You know, but a lot of you, I thank you so much, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent, you know, because you have taught me. I mean, you have been a part of me learning myself, and I appreciate you. You know, I came here by myself, you know what I mean? And I'm going to leave here by myself, but I'm thankful for the relationships that I have formed being here. And I look forward to moving through the rest of my life, you know, and I had to get to a point where I had to make a decision, you know. What side am I going to be on? Am I going to be on my side, or am I going to be on everybody else's side? You know, and I had to make a choice. I had to pick me. You know, like I said, we don't realize how pushy we are on each other with our beliefs. And that is exactly what they are. They are beliefs. Yes, this is a long video. If you can bear with me, I thank you. But, you know, expand your, you know, attention span and listen, because I'm like really just, you know, sharing with you guys, you know what I mean, what I've been going through. But anyway, I kind of forgot where I was going. I do that a lot. But, people are very pushy, you know, and don't realize, you know, or I notice black people have a tendency to push and pressure off their beliefs. Like I said, beliefs. It's what you believe. You don't know if it's true or not. You just believe it. That's why it's a belief. Well, I think that's a belief. That's what I'm learning. That's what I'm learning. I mean, I've heard people say before, but I'm actually learning it. I've been going through it. You know, what you know is what you know. That's solid. Nobody can move you on it. But at the same time, we have to be careful, because like I've said before in other videos, everybody's not on the same level. Everybody's not seeing the same reality. Everybody does not wake up to the same dream day in and day out. You know what I mean? It's like everybody is going through something different. So, you know, we have to be mindful of that. And since I've been taking this life coaching course, being mindful is something that it talks about quite a bit. And I remember learning about being mindful when, this is crazy, but my son was in a group home. One of my sons was in a group home, and a social worker used to come to the house, you know, trying to see if it was safe for him to come back home. It was crazy stuff I was going through. Anyway, a social worker, I forgot, this is not one of them videos I'm editing. Anyway, a social worker used to come over, and you know, we used to talk about being mindful, and he showed me this meditation exercise to do to relax. You know, well, actually, he showed my whole family, to be honest. It was all of us. So I'm not going to lie, I've met good people along the way, and they wasn't all black folks. You know, I've met some good people, you know. But, you know, being mindful of other people and how they feel and where they're at. I didn't say sugarcoat, because I noticed I've been hearing all my life, and especially a lot within the last year, I'm very aggressive. Um, People I meet tell me I'm aggressive, and this, that, and the other. And I am. I've always been that way, It's nothing I can do. When I'm down, I'm down. Don't try to pull me up because I really don't. I mean, it's cool to have support, but it's like when I'm down and feeling low in certain spaces, it's like nothing nobody can do to help me. I have to pull myself out of that. And sometimes I will ask people to lift me up in spiritual warfare, I mean, not spiritual warfare, but, lift me up in prayer because I'm going through spiritual warfare. If I feel like I need help, I will ask for it. But for the most part, I can handle a lot of things that I come across. And, I like to handle them by myself. That's why I don't contact anybody when I'm going through certain things because, boy, it's like when I be going through a lot of y'all know what I mean. It's like when you go through, it's like, woo! It's like a tidal wave, and it'd be a bit much to deal with. But I've always been aggressive. I'm gonna be aggressive. There's nothing I can do about it. This is who I am. This is who I was made to be. I think a lot of times when people are very manipulative, because let's keep it real, I am a master manipulator. But I choose not to manipulate people. You know what I mean? Because I want things to come freely, But that is how I made my living for a long time. You know what I mean? It was a hustle for me. It was what it was. It was a survival mode. But I think when people have ulterior motives, you know what I mean? Now, it's different if I'm in one of them moods and you're like, oh, I can understand that, you know what I mean? Because sometimes after, I talk to somebody or I'm around them, I'm like, oh, I could just see them, and see what they're feeling. And it's like, yeah, I was a bit strong, But it's different if you come to me and you got ulterior motives, you know what I mean? Or you got, like, unhidden agendas that ain't good for me. I can detect that. And if my aggressiveness scares you off or bother you, that means you didn't mean me no good in the first place. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. See, me with friendship goes deep. Because I'm going to be honest. I ain't going to say never. I have not in this lifetime thus far. And I've been here coming up on 38 years. I have not found a friend like me. I'm there through, some of y'all that I met, if I was close to you, I'd have your back, I'd be there, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's the type of individual I am, but that has hurt me a lot in the past, too. I've never met anybody that is there for me the way I'm there for others. And I take friendship very seriously, because I know you don't come across friends too often. And I just, I can understand, like, I've been in a funk. You know what I mean? So some people, they give you your space, but, call and check on a sister. You know what I mean? After about a week, it's just crazy how we deal with people and they change on us like that. But, I've learned to have tougher skin. You know what I mean? But I take friendship very, very, very seriously. And if I feel like you're going to be a disappointment to me, which I don't, you know what I mean? I'm learning not to cause myself to have any more disappointments. Things may not work out the way I planned them, but I don't want any more, because disappointments are hurting. Does that make sense? But if I feel like you are going to be a disappointment to me, if I feel you're going to hurt me, let's say that, okay? Because I don't want nobody to think, what do you mean disappointment? That means somebody's living up to your standards. No. We all have standards, though. You'd be lying if you said you don't. Expectations is the stuff that fucks us up. But I take it serious, and that's something that I have yet to find for myself. You know what I mean? I've met people, but like I said, it's just something that I have yet to find. You know what I mean, for myself. So hopefully one day, that'll happen. I've met some good people, through YouTube, some of them wasn't so good. Some people, we just don't, it's no disrespect. Everybody doesn't jive. You know what I mean? Everybody is not meant to be together. Everybody's not meant to get along. You can respect each other's boundaries and spaces, but everybody's not meant to be friends. Let's say that. I don't want nobody offended, but if you get offended, oh well, this is my channel. But everybody's not meant, to be friends. So I've learned so much about myself, like I said, and I have learned to just live in my truth and my truth only and stay there. I thought I had already learned that, but apparently I didn't. You know what I mean? I thought my skin was tougher, but apparently it wasn't. And like I remember talking on the phone to a friend of mine, and she got offended. Because she's a Christian and I'm not, which I'm not mad, and it's nothing I learned to keep my, my spiritual aspects to myself. You know what I mean? What I feel. I learned how to keep it to myself. But, she got upset with me, and, she was explaining to me, about Jesus and God and all this, and I'm like, I already know all that. You forget I was in church with you, remember? So, I already know all that, okay? But, getting mad, and I'm just like, you know what? I've never told you not to be a Christian. And I know when I come off, when I had my beliefs and all that, and I was coming off, it was strong. But, what you guys have seen from me for the last year or so is the remnants of what happened after I started learning things. Therapists calls it a midlife crisis. I don't know how it's a midlife crisis, but it was a midlife crisis. For me, it was. But it was just, I know I went from one thing to another, but I did not know the world was the way it was. And I started learning all these things and learning how things really work. And I got scared and I didn't know what to do. And I went in survival/protective mode. And I was way more aggressive these last 2 years than I've ever been in my life. I felt so alone. I felt so down. And I just have come to accept how I feel about things, like the cold weather. And I ran into a new channel yesterday I was watching, was Earth Goddess. Oh, I don't want to chop it up. Earth Mother Goddess or something to that nature. And I was like, oh, I see I'm not the only one that feels like that. You know what I mean? Like, and I watched a couple more videos, and I was like, oh, yeah, I enjoy her energy, so I subscribed. And I run my mouth too much, don't I? I know. But anyway, like, I don't like cold weather. I really don't. I have to push myself. Like this morning, I had to push myself to go walking in it. And I don't do good in cold weather. Now the sun is out, I feel a lot better today. But when all them chemtrails and it wasn't no spot of the sky, I was gloomy, I was sad. Them blues was setting in, and I put my tree up with all my decorations on it, and my little balls and the lights on there. That's the only reason why I put it up now, because it reminds me of when it's warm outside. You know what I mean? And I just want to eat more hot foods and cook foods, and I don't want to exercise, and I don't want to do nothing. So what I started, like, I made me a wig. I'm making me a wig now, and I'm sewing it. So it's taking me a little longer. And I'm being real creative. Like, I'm doing things, And I'm finishing my life coaching course. And I went walking, like I said this morning. I've been drinking more water, eating better. Stop drinking. Yes, you guys, I stopped drinking. So, I'm learning how to balance this acid reflux all over again. I just feel better. I'm going to sleep more, taking care of myself more, pampering myself more. I came down here to have an experience, and that's what I'm going to have. I read all type of religious texts. I read all type of spiritual texts. I don't discriminate none. If it doesn't work for me, I toss it to the side. It's a lot of people that are scared right now. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to think. So the first thing, naturally, what people do is run back to what they know. What was safe. And me, I can't go backwards. I didn't come here to go backwards. I've been playing in my makeup more. I've been taking better care of my hair more, taking more special attention to it. I have been pampering my body more, taking better care of my skin. Which I always take good care of my skin, but like, would stop drinking and going to bed early, drinking more water, making sure I incorporate some type of exercise in. And when I'm feeling funky, I'm going to start creating now, because I was hearing her talk about creating, and I was like, okay, I got that, because I had started on my wig project, and it was like someone said, just start doing things. You got to create some new lip butters, create this, create that, create. And so when I ran across her video, I was like, okay, this is divine intervention. This is on point. You know what I mean? I was supposed to run across her video today. So I have just gotten more laid back and calm within myself. I'm happy. And I had to remember, this is what this is for me. This is a spiritual journey in a human body. And learning how to be human, is something that I'm doing, which we all are doing, in my opinion. But I'm learning so much, and I'm reading so much. Right now I'm reading this book that's inspiring me to write a book. Okay, I want to turn it into a movie. It's called The Sacred Symbols of Mu. Not this book do I want to turn into a movie. No, it's inspiring me to vision things. So what I'm going to do is start recording what I see, and I'm going to start writing it, and I'm going to go from there. I have some ideas I've been brainstorming, so I have some avenues where I can think clear now, where I'm hustling legally, not illegally, and making money, getting myself together. And I'm healing, and that's the main focus. And I came here to have an experience, and I started this part, of the journey to seek knowledge. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. But I'm not going to let it consume me or let anybody else turn me off of my path. And see, what happened was I said all this for 31 minutes and 53 seconds to tell you I got off my path. And I'm back on my path now, and it feels great. It was like, I'm going to tell y'all what happened. It was like all of a sudden one day, within the blink of a flash, everything changed. Start getting more energy. I start feeling better about myself. All that baggage and stuff just start falling off. And it was like, what? I'm in it. Then automatically I'm out of it. Like, I knew it. You know what I mean? I knew it. Because, like I said, I knew it was going to be a 3-year stint of just darkness for me. And I saw this when I was younger. So, like I said, I got off my path, and it's okay. I'm not mad. First, I was mad I done wasted 3 years. Oh, God. And I was like, I'm not going to be like that. I'm not going to get mad about it. I'm not going to be frustrated. At first, I was also scared about aging and getting older. And, you see, I got these smile lines. Like, they didn't used to be so prominent. Like, but I have picked up some weight, you guys. It's wintertime, and I've been being lazy. But yeah, I'm getting back to me, you know what I mean? And I got candles all over the house I be lighting. Went back listening to my jazz and classical music. The whole being pro-black thing, it's like you can't do this, you can't do that. Or if you're a woman, you can't wear wigs or makeup, or you can't wear heels, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's one thing being knowledgeable, and then it's another thing to be knowledgeable of self. But then it's another thing to be living in ignorance and you not know. I know. So I don't have to wear makeup. I don't have to wear wigs. I don't have to wear earrings and none of that stuff. I like to wear them at times. I like drama. I like theatrics when it comes to theatrics. Not drama in my life, but when it comes to movies and stuff like that. And I like to create characters. And I like to switch up. I'm a married woman, so I like to look different sometimes for the man in my life. You know what I mean? And I like to turn him on differently. I may want to come in, looking like a quick fuck, excuse my language, and he may like that. You know what I mean? I may want to come in looking like I'm the queen of the world, with this going on and that going on and rose petals. So I'm into theatrics like that. You know what I mean? So I like to create different looks. That was one reason why I got involved in wigs and weaves, because I loved to have different looks. You know what I mean? I don't like to look the same all the time. And it took me a while to get comfortable with this. You know what I mean? Like, especially with my natural hair, like, I didn't want to like plain Jane. I couldn't accept it. It took me, I'm just now learning how to really accept my natural self, to be honest. I've been learning, I've been struggling, but I really have accepted it. It is what it is. I don't look old, real old, because people be shocked when I tell them how old I am, and they also be shocked when I tell them how many children I have and how old they are. Not how many children I have, but how old they are. You know, I'm even shocked that I'm about to, I'm at this, I've been here this long. I told my daughter I didn't know if I was going to make it to 21 or not, because the way black people was getting killed when I was a teenager, it was scary. By each other, by the police, so it was like we didn't know. We were so rebellious. I was like, I'm going to live this life, and I'm going to live it to the fullest, because I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I saw so many things going on in the neighborhood I lived in, so it was like, that's how I live my life, but I've accepted the natural me, with or without makeup, with or without any accessories. I've accepted myself, and I'm happy with who I am. There's some days I look at me, I'll be like, ooh, child, you need some more sleep, or you need to drink some more water, you know what I mean? And I've noticed wrinkles in places where, like all that, you see all that, that's cool, but, like sometimes my forehead, like today, it's not doing it. It be doing it sometimes when I make certain facial expressions, but, I can notice the wrinkles and everything else, and it used to bother me a whole lot. It really did. And I noticed my face is, a little plumper. It's because I haven't been working out, haven't been exercising, but, that's what happened, but a woman shouldn't have to be bored just because she's black and she's natural. She shouldn't have to be bored, right? But I'm going to get up out of here. I don't want to bore y'all too long. I hope y'all watched. Much love. Thank you for watching. If you stayed to watch this long, I appreciate it. Yeah, you guys, I'm just so happy and getting back into myself, and I'm creating, and I just wanted to come on here and make a video because I haven't talked to you guys in so long, and I just want to come on here and make a video. I do have another channel, Dark Womb Goddess. I'll put the link down below. That's more like my feminine channel. And I do have another channel that I was supposed to start broadcasting this weekend, but I got food poisoning, y'all. Yeah, I got food poisoning, and it wasn't good. So, being lazy, not wanting to cook, yeah, I shouldn't have did that. It didn't affect my daughter, but we ate different things, you know what I mean? But, I was just so sick. I was so sick. And then it probably could have been that I just wasn't supposed to eat it, but I swear it was food poisoning. But, I was so sick. I just said, that taught me a lesson. Take your ass home. But anyway, I have another channel that I'm going to be launching. It's called Lifestyles of the Lazy and Fortunate. Don't judge me. Don't judge me, you guys, okay? But yeah. Anyway, I don't have to put in too much effort to receive great things in life. As long as I stay genuine to myself and stay true and keep my spiritual connection, with the most high energy in the universe, then I should be good. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. And I wanted to say something. You know what? My cat, y'all, ran away, right? She was gone for 2 weeks. I had this feeling she was going to bring her behind back. So she came back, and she was like, I think she's pregnant. And my daughter called me because I was out having lunch with a friend, and she called me, and she was like, Mama, not a man. It was a female, okay? It wasn't no girlfriend. It was one of my, associates I know. But anyway, because when you say have with a friend, it sounds sneaky. Anyway. Anyway, the cat came back. She was at the back window, and I said, well, let her in. We let her in and bathed her and all that stuff. I just couldn't believe it. And I said, she comes back. I think she's pregnant, guys. And she's, like, really filling out. Like, I'm like, wow, you look different. But I'm out of here, you guys. Much love. And I'll see y'all later, right? 40 minutes. Classic colleague, right? I'm out of here. Later. Much love.